Yo, welcome back. I found some good books. I found about 35 books or whatever. I'll tell you what I paid at the end. You could probably do the math, but I bought a couple extra stuff too. And there was a new book. All the new books were on sale as well. So I'll give you the breakdown at the end. But let's get into the haul. Right before that, like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate all the support. Appreciate the watching. Share it with your friends. Trying to get up to 300. When I get to 500, I'm going to do a slab giveaway. 500 subscribers, I'm going to do a slab giveaway. So the more everyone shares and likes and watches and all that crap, the faster it'll grow, and hopefully I can give an awesome slab away for free to someone who deserved it. Anyways, let's get into the haul. First book, Mighty Avengers, number 29. This is Loki disguising himself as the Scarlet Witch. This book picked up steam a while ago, but I mean, just like everything else, kind of, you know, waves and valleys with all that kind of stuff, but it's kind of died down now. But it's still a cool book. It's a beautifully painted cover, just really cool. Thor, number 502. I actually found two of these there, but one of them was kind of trashed. When I opened it, there was a bunch of like pages folded inside and stuff like that. But this, keep your eye out for this. This is the last issue of the first Thor run, 502. With this, if you can't see it and you haven't seen it before, look at just how terrible that costume design was. Like, I love Deodato. He has awesome stuff. I really like his stuff. But this is a stinker. This one, he probably didn't. I don't know if he designed the costume or not, but it's just a horrible design choice for this costume. It's like Chastity Thor. It's like, what's going on, man? But anyways, last issue. Pick that one up when you see it. It holds a little bit of value. Human Torch number 1. I get this from my buddy CJ because he's this is Scotty Young. He's a big Scotty Young fan. So anytime I see Scotty books, I pick them up. And especially for 50 cents, right? Pink covers, Doctor Strange, 384. That's a beautifully creepy Doctor Strange cover. I love it. And I really like how his fingers are making the Sanctorum. Am I saying that correctly? I don't remember. How they're making the symbol that's like on his window, right? It's basically Doctor Strange's like symbol. So I just thought that was cool. BPRD, Hell on Earth, number 102, The Return of the Master. My daughter collects Magnolia BPRD stuff, and this was just such a rad cover. This is a soot cover, but it just looked so cool, I thought. So, and I know she'd like it. She really likes like skeletons and human anatomy crap. So another pink one, Fairest, number 24. I did not have. I got rid of most of my Fairest books because people love Adam Hughes, right? Adam Hughes, pick it up. But it's pink. And then I got this guy that I just found actually in my garage, but it goes perfect with this. So I got Swampy with Swamp Thing number 1, the new 52 run. But this is cool because this is the second print, which I never see. I don't know if they did a third print or not, but all the second prints are red. So you can kind of tell them apart. Aside from that, the little 2 that's in the barcode at the end right there, that's how you can tell them apart too. But I had to pick it up. I love Swamp Thing. Pit Crew number 1 and 2. Anytime I see these, I grab them, especially for $1 or less. They're a little bit harder to find, especially, I've said it tons of times now, anything from Full Bleed, it's a little bit more rare. Okay, next book is Captain Britain and MI-13 number 5. This one, number 1, and there's one more that you got to keep your eyes out for, but I don't remember the other number off the top of my head. But this is a good one to look out for, is because this is where Blade officially joins MI-13. Sorry, the glare there is kind of, but that's a cool cover. But yeah, keep your eye out for that one. Alien Worlds number 6. It's a Brunner cover. I pick it up every time I see it. People always want it. And there's basically there's a whole butt hanging out there. So there's that. This is Lady Death. I want to say it's Oblivion. Might be wrong with that title. I don't remember. But this is some 90s foil goodness. And I have one of these signed by Adam Hughes and Brian Pulido as well. It's kind of rare to get both their signatures on them. But yeah, there was a couple different variants of this book too. I remember when this book came out in the 90s, it was like everyone wanted it. Like, oh, it's so cool. But for 50 cents, I'm not going to pass it up. I was really excited to find both of these next books. Both of these books. I can't speak all of a sudden. Necro War #2 and #3. And I already have #1, and there's a variant for #1 as well. But these are the first work by Adi Granov in comics. So now I have the whole series. I've actually been looking for these for quite a while, but was stoked to find them, and they're in fantastic shape as well. I did find another #2. I was almost going to get that one as well, but it was kind of trashed. So I was glad I found another one. But stoked to finally have these because I have the whole set now. Because I'm a big Adi Granov fan. Heroes for Hire #1. My dude's right there. I didn't have this issue. I'm going to pick it up. Simple as that. Another cover that I didn't have that I've been looking for a while is Dakin #4. Number 14, excuse me. Dark Wolverine, and boys on the cover as well. He's got a few cover appearances in this run. I think I might have them all now. I think there was like 2 or 3. So stoked to find that one as well. I've seen this series. It's a little mini series. It's 4 issues. I've seen it multiple times, and every time it's like everyone's wanted $2 a piece for this series, and I really don't know why. So 50 cents is the right price, because really I'm just going to read it only because I'm a big fan of Darkhawk. So I got War of Kings Ascension #1, #2, #3, and #4. Rad covers. Who did those? Brando? Is that what it says? I can't read it. I'll have to figure that out. But stoked to get that one finally. Global Frequency #1. I always wanted to read this as well. Warren Ellis. Basically anything Warren Ellis does, I will read and see if it's good or not. And most of the time it is. So figured 50 cents low entry to get something that I've always wanted to read. Not a bad idea. Ultimate Marvel Team Up #5. So all red cover. You can kind of tell it's very all red looking. But I want to say that this is where Nick Fury first looks like Samuel L. Jackson in the movies. Samuel L. Jackson. Why can't I speak? Another instance of me not being able to speak. But I think that's like the first appearance, and then they stuck with that from here on. But yeah, this is like a $10 book. You know, people who are hunting that, or maybe they're big Samuel L. fans. I could be totally wrong. If I'm wrong, I'll put it down here. Or if I'm wrong, scream at me in the comments. I don't remember off the top of my head. I wish I could hold all that knowledge in there to remember. But yeah, I think that is correct. If not, I apologize. Miss Marvel #16. This book picked up a bunch of steam before the movie. This is where Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan, Captain Marvel, and the other Miss Marvel that turns into Binary, I believe, they all meet for the first time in one panel in this book. And it was like, it got real, like, people were thinking that movie was going to be fantastic. I thought it was great. A lot of people didn't, though, but it picked up a lot of steam, and then it just kind of, stopped on the tracks. So, but anyways, for 50 cents, that seemed kind of like a no-brainer to me. And then these last 12 books I got are from a series from Speakeasy Comics, and it's kind of like it's definitely an indie publisher, obviously, but they got some giant names to do a lot of the covers on this book, or this series. It's a 12-part series. It's called Atomica, and it's basically about a character who is going to kill all the gods and basically reform everything in the spirit of, like, you know, Mother Russia. And Atomica is spelt with a K, right? So it's very, you know, Russian sounding, like, already just by looking at the title. But they got huge names to do these covers. I always kind of wanted to read it. I don't think it was very heavily printed. And there's a couple variants. Number one, I got the original one, which I was glad to get, but I got all 12 parts. So now I can kind of read it, and they're all in great shape too. But number one just starts with a bang with this just crazy looking Alex Ross cover. So good. And there's other one, the next one is kind of like a more red, and I think the character is a little red tinted too, the variant for this or whatever. But there's number one, Alex Ross. Number two, Glenn Fabry. Did a few covers on this. What's really cool about these two is if you ever see these individual issues, pick them up, flip them over. They got awesome art on the back too. Glenn Fabry did number two. He also did number three. Michael Turner, I had no clue, did number four. David Mack did number five. It's just like an all-star list. I don't know who did this. I don't know who did this cover, to be honest. I can't tell off the top of my head. I'm not sure. I'll put it down below here because I'll look it up, but great cover as well. Eric Powell did number 7. Beautiful cover. Is this Fabry again? I don't remember. Castelline? Another one I'm not familiar with. I'll put the cover artist down below here so you can see that one as well. Brooks did number 9, and I'll have to look and see if that's his signature or not. It might be who wrote it. I don't remember his signature looking like that, but I'll definitely look it up and see. Who did this one? Jones? Kelly Jones? I'm not sure. Another one I'll look up, put it down below, but another great cover. That was number 10. Number 11, and Simon Bisley. Another one, another goat. Just awesome cover. And then number 12 goes back to Glenn Fabry. And so that one's pretty great as well. But if you've never seen that series before, check it out. I never ever see this in back issue bins. Never. So I was like unbelievably stoked to see the whole set. I'm definitely going to read it. But Atomica from Speakeasy Comics, right? All 12 parts. To me, I really love this Alex Ross cover. I really like this David Mack cover. But I think this Eric Powell cover is my favorite from the whole run. It just looks, it's so good. So good. Anyways, that's it for that haul. I spent a whopping total of $19.93. I got one or two. I have one here, but I don't know where I put the other one. I never picked this up when it came out, so I got this too. Like I said, they had tons of 50-cent bins. I got all this stuff for 50 cents with the exception of this one and I think 2 other books. Maybe even a little bit less on some of these, because I think if I'm doing the math now, that's quite not right. I must have gotten these ones for 50 cents as well. Maybe they just gave them to me. They were being cool. But yeah, they had everything on this. Everything in the sale was at least 30% off, almost like the entire store, and then tons of all these other sale stuff. So it was a great haul. It was well worth the 2 hours I spent there and the $19.93. But don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate everyone watching, sharing, letting everyone know. Until next time, keep digging.